Alright, and we're live. Alright, welcome to the Dave's Had Enough Show, episode 28. And the usual guest, how's it going, League of Winning?
Not too bad. How you doing, Dave?
Pretty good. How's it going, Old Dirty?
What's going on, Dave? What's going on, fellas? What's up, YouTube?
And how's it going, Kono?
Going fantastic for me.
Alright, did you all have a good Black Friday, or did you go? Let's talk about Black Friday first, I guess. Did any of you pick up anything at Black Friday, Old Dirty?
Yeah, I picked up a few things for Black Friday. Picked up a 50-inch TV for Best Buy $199. I picked up the Shadow of Mordor, Best Buy $24, and picked up a vinyl record LP from Aaliyah. They re-released her debut album from 1994 on white vinyl.
Oh, alright, that's cool. And you say you got a good deal on that TV, right?
Yeah, $200 for a 50-inch.
That ain't bad at all. And what you said you picked up Shadow of Mordor?
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool. What about you, League of Winning? Did you bother with Black Friday or no?
No, I didn't even bother. But Old Dirty, I got a question. Were you waiting in line at Best Buy, before the doors open?
Yeah, I was out there before the doors open.
How long were you outside?
I was out there. I think I made it out there probably about 11:45, almost 12, something like that.
Where do you live? Was it cold?
Yeah, it was cold. I'm in Chicago. Yeah, it was cold. But you know, people was going back and forth to their car. You know what I'm saying? Warm up, then come back out.
Were you with somebody, to hold the spot, or how does it work?
I was with my brother, so we took turns. But usually, you know, you would have some people that's in line that's like behind you or in front of you, and they'd be like, you know, I understand the situation. Go ahead and warm up because I'm gonna be going to my car, you know. So they'll hold your spot for you, you know. They don't.
Yeah, that's cool. Let me ask you, how many of those TV sets did they have for $200? Like, is it 10, 20, 30 that they have?
They actually had 23, and how I know they only had 23 because I got the last ticket for it, and my ticket said number 23 on it.
Okay, which brand was it?
What you mean?
What brand was the TV set?
Oh, what brand? Oh, Panasonic.
That's a good brand, actually. Was it LCD or plasma?
LCD. I mean LED. LED.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not a bad deal. $200. I mean, I'll give you $250. You can make a profit.
You know what? It was a guy. It was a guy behind me. He actually pulled out $100 out of his wallet, and he was like, "Hey," he said, "I give $100 for anybody ticket for that TV." Now most people was like, "Hey, give me $150," but I guess he wasn't going up $150. Some people were saying,
I'm sorry. How much is that TV regular price?
I think it's $4.99 or $5.50 regular price.
Okay. Yeah, you got a really good deal.
Yeah, I jumped on that.
Excellent deal.
And then it shows, man, like it got an amazing picture on it. Like, I hooked my PlayStation 4 up on it, man. It shot a mortar, like it like pops off the screen. I don't even know if I want to put it back on my Sony Bravia TV.
The only thing I did, I've been in line for Wii U's, not Wii U's. I mean the original Wii, and I remember sometimes waiting outside at midnight or whatever, and you're waiting for the store to open on Sunday, like 7 a.m. I'm like, the sidewalk is cement. Your toes are frozen.
Yep.
I won't do that stuff anymore.
And there was pretty good sales you came across for games, right, Old Dirty?
Yeah, they had some good sales on the game, like Shadow of Mordor, Evil Within, like the Legos movie, and a couple of more games was like $24. MLB The Show 14 was $19.99. They had some awesome bundle deals. Like my brother, he picked up the Xbox bundle. So you get the Xbox, the Kinect. I think 2 controllers is in there. And you get Assassin's Creed Black Flag and Assassin's Creed Unity, both digital, for $429. Like, that was a steal.
Yeah. Well, what you? This is the time to pretty much say if you didn't jump into next gen yet, or this is now previous gen.
Well,
Jump into this generation. This would be the time.
Yeah. I mean, especially doing not just Black Friday, but doing Christmas as well. As Christmas coming up,
yeah.
like I'm seeing some good deals even with Sony. Like I seen people with the PlayStation 4 bundle where you got The Last of Us and Grand Theft Auto 5 bundled in for like I think $3.99 or maybe a little less than $3.99. So I'm like, it's not a bad deal. Then Nintendo, you get 3 to 4 games. You know what I'm saying? You're getting their first party games. You're getting Nintendo Land, you get Mario 3D World, you get Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze and Smash Brothers for like $3.29, an extra $30, and that ain't bad.
That's
like
not at all.
Yeah, you got to jump on that. I was surprised that they added Smash Brothers in there. So they said it's supposed to be a Smash Brothers bundle. So hey, 3 extra games, that ain't bad.
That's pretty good. What about you, Kono? Did you pick up anything, or you skip Black Friday?
I skipped Black Friday. However, I did pick up a new coat, and I ordered a recovery disc for the laptop I'm currently on.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So that was my Friday purchases, I guess, and I'll probably be purchasing some games on Steam from their Black Friday stuff.
Yeah, I heard Cyber Monday
on December 1st. So, yeah.
Sean L told me about Cyber Monday. Did anybody ever hear about that, or?
Cyber Monday, I heard about it a couple years ago. I watch it every year, but I never buy anything, honestly.
What is it? Is it just a big sale like Black Friday, but just on the internet?
It's a big sale, but it's mainly electronics and video games.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's like you can get like a lot of the games
online, and online retailers are more likely to do it. So yeah.
Like you can get Shadow of Mordor for $30, even at Amazon. I think right now for like it's in beyond.
It's been $30 on Amazon for the past month.
Well, yeah, I guess that's not really a deal then, but Cyber Monday, you're not going to get the deal that Old Dirty got with his TV set.
Yeah, but you'll still get good sales.
Yeah, you'll get some good sales.
Yeah.
Like I beat the Evil Within, so I called up GameStop. I asked them, I was like, "What are you selling Shadow of Mordor at?" And they're like 20. I think it was like 28, $29, something like that. They gave me 26 for the Evil Within, 24 for the Evil Within. I was like, "You're still giving too high of a trade-in, even though you're selling games for that much." Like the Evil Within was going for that. I was like, "Fuck it, I'll just trade that in if I need it and get another game for a couple bucks." So I mean, I couldn't beat that. See, I bought Smash like a week. So I didn't really plan on getting anything Black Friday. But, and I got UFC on PSN for $13.99. They were selling that on that. I mean, there's just good deals everywhere. So it was pretty cool Black Friday. I didn't notice too many crowds, though, and stuff. Like, I guess I didn't go out Thursday, though. I heard that was more crowded, but still wasn't that bad. They said this wasn't a big outcome for Black Friday everywhere because the economy's bad, Even though it's such great deals, it just ain't really doing what it usually does.
Well, to tell you the truth, like I think I've seen better deals on other Black Fridays. Like I was at GameStop's website and it didn't look like that impressive. I remember a couple of years ago, like Radio Shack had good deals. Radio Shack didn't have shit for Black Friday.
Well, if you go to like Walmart, you see those bundles. Like they're literally giving a PlayStation 4 for $400 with GTA and physical copy GTA, digital Last of Us, and $50 refund, like a gift card. That's pretty crazy. And then for $4.49, you can get 2 games on top of that, but without the gift card.
Yeah.
Those are good deals. And the best thing, like I thought they had going on, if you didn't have an next-gen system and you had an Xbox 360, a fairly new one laying around, or a fairly new PlayStation, like with the PS3 with like a 500 gig hard drive, you could trade that in towards the Xbox and get another 150 off the 329. That's fucking crazy. And if you had an older one, it's $100. So I mean, this was the time for you to go next gen if nobody had the console. You know, it was definitely the time. I'm sure there's going to be other sales throughout the year because you got sales at around just before Christmas, and you got ones after, and then you got ones at income tax time. There's always sales around then, so it's crazy.
I just realized how busy next week is.
Yeah, there's sales out the ass.
Even
what happened?
Yeah, even with that GameStop, like they really didn't have anything like impressive. Like the same game that they had on sale for $40, you can get that same game used. So I'm like, wouldn't you put the used games also on sale? You know what I'm saying? Knock it down. So if I want to go in there and get 2K for $40 or $45, you selling the used copy for the same price.
Well, they have some games, like Evil Within, Shadow of Mordor was knocked down to pretty much what Walmart and them were selling it for. I think Walmart was cheaper at $25. You said Best Buy was how much, Old Dirty?
Yeah, Best Buy was $24.99.
They were cheaper by a couple bucks. But they had a stupid deal going on. I was in there at the register, and then this guy comes up and asks, he's like, what's the buy two, get one free? It was games under $20. Well, why wouldn't they just put that on all used games, like games that are fairly new, and just give you buy two, get one free? It was only on the games under $20. And there were people buying that shit up like no tomorrow. Buying that shit up. But I have to do something with that background before.
Hey, turn your TV down.
Alright. Someone's at it. Is there hold on?
That's Levon. Turn your TV down.
Going once, going twice. Alright, you can do it, buddy. Alright, I had ejected the call. Nothing against them, but I can't let the whole fucking call.
Yeah, he had too much going on. Like, he had the TV and family over. They all trying to overtalk each other.
He's not even answering us. I don't know what the hell he's doing. Before I shut the volume off, and they came by. I mean, I asked him. It is what it is. How's it going, a critical hit?
Mic's work. Is my mic working?
Yeah.
No mic? It is?
Yep.
Okay, cool. How's it going, Dave?
Pretty good.
Awesome. Thanks for inviting me over here, dude. I appreciate it a lot.
Alright. Well, yeah, we're just talking about Black Friday right now. Did you pick up anything at Black Friday, or did you skip it?
I skipped it. It's not worth it to me to go out there.
Yep, that's what a lot of people said.
Yeah, you gotta wait in line for a long time. Like, that's not worth it.
That is correct. I do agree. Next thing we're going to talk about, pretty much, did you guys see the Batman Arkham Knight, what's the name of this trailer? They had a name for it. It's a new trailer, pretty much, with the Batmobile, and they showed that off. It's called the Ace Chemical Trailer Part 1. Did anybody see that?
Yeah, I've seen it.
What did your thoughts of that, Old Dirty? Was that real? Did that make you want to run out and get the game when it comes out, or?
No, not really. I mean, from what I've seen, it was a nice trailer. But it's still the same Batman. Not saying that the other Arkhams were like terrible. Like, I like the other Arkham games, but I'm not gonna run out day one to get this one. You know, I mean, it looks good, but it just didn't pull me in.
Okay, I could agree with that. What about you, Brandon? Did you see that?
I have not yet, so I can't really give you an opinion.
what's your thoughts of what you've seen so far in the Arkham Knight game? Is that a game that you would get for Steam or anything, or does it come in the
Okay. I honest to God, is my mic quality okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Honest to God, I never was a Batman fan. I never really liked Marvel. So I'm DC. Excuse me, DC. I'm sorry. I never liked Marvel or DC, so I get them confused sometimes. But yeah, I never really liked them. So I played I played a little bit of Arkham. Was it City on the Wii U? It's all right. It's just another fight 'em, beat 'em up game.
Okay, I can respect that. What about you, League of Winning? Did you see the trailer or whatever you've seen on Batman Arkham Knight? Is it a game you'd want to get?
I didn't even see the
No.
trailer, but I mean, I saw videos before, and it is one of the games on my list that I do want to pick up.
Well, they pretty much
Because I
the
think
trailer was they showed you what the Batmobile is going to do in the game. They showed that there's going to be other vehicles that you can fight and stuff like that. It looked like it was like a downgrade a little bit. It looked like one of them games that they came out fucking guns blazing. Now it's kind of downgraded again. It's like those games.
yeah, because now they're probably seeing how far they can actually push this these consoles now, and it's probably not as much as they thought they could.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
That's what they said. I don't know. I could be wrong. That's what people were saying. What about you, Kono? Did you see it?
Arkham Knight is the only Batman game that interests me. So yes, I will get it.
Did you see the trailer?
I did.
What did you think of it? Is it enough for you to run out and get it? Did you think it was downgraded, or was
The E3 trailer was enough for me to go get it, and this new trailer is even more. Is just icing on the cake. Just more reason to get it for me.
But did you think it was downgraded, or it looked the same to you?
I didn't notice anything, so.
Okay. I don't know. This looked a little different. Like every game that they pop out first.
It could have been a contrast change or something minuscule because contrast changes do change how something looks quite drastically.
Well, this was the first one where he actually, I think the other one was like more just CGI, like they didn't show no actual gameplay. This one showed like the actual. They went from the CGI shit into the actual fighting, and to me it looked like every other Batman game when they were fighting, just a little bit more polished. The Batmobile is a really cool thing. That's what I've been wanting to do for a long time, riding the Batmobile. I don't know why in a video game I've been wanting them to do that. I like that they added that, because like the problem with Arkham Knight was a great game, but you were stuck in the asylum the whole fucking game. That got old. I loved when Arkham City you actually could explore, and then Origins I didn't find it that nothing wrong with it. I can understand where people were coming from. They're like, why does Batman have all this new technology and it's supposed to be a pre-sequel? Like he has more technology than the other games. Like
okay.
It makes sense. And people were really kind of upset.
I mean, I kind of like Batman for that fact. I guess that he's like a person with like. I guess I can relate to that.
Yeah.
That's cool. It looks to be a superhero with a bunch of gadgets.
Yeah, the new one, the last one, he had more gadgets than he had in the other ones, and he was supposed to be a prequel. He's not supposed to have all this shit.
That don't make no sense at all.
And he even had the Batjet, what he didn't have in the other ones. They had a new fucking way to get around and everything. So it did make sense. People were bothered by it, but that wasn't enough for me not to like the game. They did say there was like problems with the fighting thing, because I knew that when you had a battle with Deathstroke, it was kind of hard and challenging. It was just the timing you had to hit things, and some people said that was flawed. I don't know. I figured it out eventually, but it was a little ridiculous for the first boss fight to be like that, But yeah, what is so Old Dirty? Everybody gave their opinion on that. Okay, yeah, that's all. Mainly, I want to talk about that. I guess we'll go into the Super Smash Brothers sold 490,000 units in 3 days. Do you guys think that this game's going to turn around things for the Wii U with all the momentum with Bayonetta 2 and whatever momentum it had? It had momentum.
How many was it again, Dave?
I think it was 490,000 in 3 days.
Oh yeah, man. If we all predicted that it was going to make the Wii U sell more, obviously. Especially with Christmas coming around. I mean, look at the 3DS though. It was like 2 million in the first week. That's outrageous.
Yeah. You think it's going to turn things around for the Wii U, just like we always do with every game?
I think it will.
Okay.
Especially with the better version,
Okay. What about you, League of Winning? Do you think, with the sales of this game being the best-selling Wii U game on the market that ever came out for the Wii U, do you think this is going to shift the momentum of the Wii U?
I think it will a little bit, but I don't think it's gonna. I don't think it's in bring back all third party. I think you may see some companies like, all right, we'll port this, but then Nintendo might miss this title. I would say maybe 20% of third party support will return.
Oh, so you think this game's going to bring back third party? I didn't think. I just thought it was going to help with sales. I didn't know if it was going to attract third party, but maybe you're right.
Yeah, I think it will a little bit.
I was originally not going to comment, but yeah, I see third party coming back, especially since third party has been giving the Wii U the shaft. I mean, they're only releasing sequels without releasing the original games on the Wii U, and they know they're not going to sell, yet they expect them to sell.
Okay.
See, I have to disagree a little bit. I have to disagree. I don't think third parties are really interested. I think maybe the numbers, like, okay, for instance, if Smash Brothers sells a lot, okay, it brings up, two
At
more
bare
million.
minimum, Call of Duty will come back.
Well, imagine, okay, maybe you'll see a little bit come back, but I think they've already pretty much burnt their bridges with Nintendo. I'm pretty sure
Are you there, Brandon?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, now I hear you.
Okay, sorry about that. I think, like I said, I think that they're going to burn. The bridge is already burnt with the third parties. I don't think they want to do anything with Nintendo anymore. Unless Super Smash Brothers sells 2 million units, I don't think. I just think they burned their bridges.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I mean, I don't know. It might have. I never thought it would. I never thought it would attract third party back. It could. Though. I mean, it does. It depends on how many consoles they sell with this thing. Units sold compared to how many consoles are going with it. Hopefully, hopefully it will attract third party. But I'm with you. I think third parties. Nintendo burnt them bridges a long time ago, and they're just now it's finally over with the Wii U generation. But hopefully they can get their
Nintendo fan, but I'm just being real. I'm just being realistic here. Like they got some working to do with third parties before third parties are going to come back. It's not just going to happen like that ever.
Okay. What about you, Old Dirty? Do you think that are you there, Old Dirty? Your microphone's off. I don't know if you took a break or.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Do you think Watch Dogs and the Wii U is going to shift momentum for the Wii U with the sales of 490,000 in 3 days? And do you
Wait a minute, you say Watch Dogs?
No, I want to mention Watch Dogs. I got Watch Dogs in my head. I want to mention that too.
Oh.
Smash Brothers, not Watch Dogs.
I don't think it'll make it'll make a small turnaround, not dramatic. I think as Nintendo games start coming out, month to month, I think people will start to see like, oh man, that's a cool game. I want to play that. Or I heard about this game, but it's actually coming out now. So I think down the line, and starting with Bayonetta and Smash Brothers, the Wii U is going to turn around slowly. It's not going to make a big U-turn, 360 in, just a few months. But I think the momentum will start picking up slowly every time a game come out from Nintendo.
Yeah, I can agree with that too.
What about you, King Grimpanchi? How you going? How you doing today, buddy? Do you think
What's up?
the sales of the Wii U is gonna, with the Smash Brothers get turned around the Wii U, get third party on board, change momentum?
You might get some, but I think most don't want anything to do with the Wii U, and really, no matter what they do, they're just not gonna go over there for the most part. That's what it seems like, at least. But I'm pretty sure Smash and other games will boost the sales. Maybe Ubisoft will probably come back, but other people, I doubt it.
I don't think Ubisoft even left. I think they just stated that they still want to make games. They just know what games they want to put on the Wii U, and mature games is not one of them. So, I mean, Nintendo still got Ubisoft, but I'm pretty sure they're not going to throw a lot out. It'll probably be like one or two here and there, but I mean, they still got their little support of Ubisoft.
Yeah, 'cause they pretty much said they weren't leaving. They're going to still do games like Just Dance, but they're not going to make mature games. Watch Dogs was the last mature game for the Wii U that they're doing, and pretty much that was that. You know, I think Ubisoft like want to talk a little bit about Operation Platinum in a little bit, so I'll hold off on that.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I want to talk about that. But yeah, pretty much, you gotta give Nintendo and credits too. That's their highest selling Wii U game. We all kind of knew that was going to be, you know, the only one I could think would beat that would maybe be Zelda when that comes around. If that's real good, but I don't know. You never know. The way the Wii U's going, it's like a hit or miss. But yeah, other than that, let's talk about Operation Platinum. Pretty much, I see a lot of people going off about Operation Platinum that Bayonetta 2 was a fail. They said Bayonetta 2 did sell well, but it really didn't at the same time. Not this million that everybody was wanting it to get. I think it got like, what did it get? Like 300,000 in the 300,000 range of units sold.
That's pre-holiday sales too, so it most likely it'll jump a little higher, and of course it'll jump higher over time when it gets cheaper as well. But will it hit 1 million? We won't know until years down the road.
Yeah, but I will say one thing. All right, these Nintendo fans, I'm not attacking Nintendo fans or nothing. When they started this Operation Platinum, they first made it sound like, oh, it's going to sell 1 million off the rip. Now it's changed to over time. Like, that wasn't what I was hearing at first. Am I correct or am I wrong?
I think you're right, personally. I don't know how much. Like, I knew there was going to end up being this whole time situation. Like, they were going to be. No offense, because I grew up on Nintendo. I'm a Nintendo fan, but I mean, they are, like you said, they were acting like it was going to sell 1 million right off the bat. I mean, that's how they were hyping it. They were, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It need time.
It's not even a high budget game. It's a mid to low budget game.
I know, but like in 3 years, does that count? Is that work?
I think it'll be a year for it to hit like 600,000, and then another couple years to hit 1 million.
Okay,
or
well, I
another year to hit like
didn't.
between 600 and 800,000.
Okay.
Has any of Platinum games ever sold 1 million?
The original Bayonetta sold around 500,000, I think. Don't know.
Up to this date?
Metal Gear Rising, that sold over 1 million.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's the weird thing. They're predicting a game that the first one didn't even make 1 million, right? Am I correct or no? Like,
I mean, like
probably if you combine the two, if you combine the PS3 and 360, then there go your 1 million right there.
yeah, but that's on 2 consoles. The Wii uses one, and there ain't. You know, that's the lowest install base right now of home consoles. How did they expect that? You know, even at the time when it was in second place, it still didn't have that much compared to PlayStation.
I mean, honestly, it was whoever you were listening to, because, you know, what I remember was they were saying the Operation Platinum was supposed to show that Nintendo gamers play and enjoy third-party M-rated games. Bayonetta isn't third-party. It's M-rated, but the whole numbers and will it sell 1 million, I think that came a little later, but I remember when, I think it was Trey that did it first, like, that was the point. Apparently that was the point. Then it turned to it's going to sell 1 million, then it's going to sell 1 million over time. I mean, Platinum games normally don't sell. They get high praise. They normally don't sell, but, I mean...
Look at Wonderful 101, how much they hyped that sumbitch up. And that thing was supposed to be like that was like a big game for the Wii U, and that thing fucking bombed. People were talking that game up, and it wasn't a bad game by any means. It just didn't do well. But the thing with Bayonetta, you know, Bayonetta didn't really, it wasn't like you said, it wasn't, or a lot of people said in this call, it wasn't really a huge game to begin with. Like, for Nintendo Wii U it was, because that was a game for them to talk about that they had, that these fans of Xbox 360 and PS3 wanted, because there was a cult following, not a cult following, semi-cult following for that type of game, that liked that game, but not big enough to to go and buy a Wii U. I don't think that game sold a lot of Wii U's. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm not attacking the game by any means, or not. This game I'm probably going to pick up, but it definitely, the Operation Platinum, I notice it has changed over time what it means. Like, people are saying, I understand the main meaning of it, but, like, they're changing, oh, it's not sales, it's over time. Like, every game over time is going to pick up sales. I mean, but I don't know. You know, it's not like, it's just funny how they change things. And now, how I thought of it, wouldn't you think?
That's my problem with it too.
What happened?
100%. That's my problem with it too. 100%. I just don't like how they changed everything. It was, you know.
No,
Realistically, I think that game's never going to sell 1 million. Like, only because, like, look at the sales of the original one. I just didn't think the install base was there. Like, realistically, a Nintendo fan or not.
Yeah.
What I'm noticing, Brandon, when I go to the store, I don't see Bayonetta 2 at like Walmart stuff now. Could it be because of this? Not that they're sold out. Well, they are. Could it be because maybe that Walmart isn't carrying many of them?
That is a lot of things. Like, people think, oh, you know, it's sold out. You know, that money is doing well. Well, you say the same thing about the Vita. I can't find the Vita pretty much anywhere because they don't ship those to stores because they don't sell very well. You know,
don't sell.
Xbox say the same thing about the Xbox.
Well, the Xbox is a little different. They ship multiple. You can find Xbox on Xbox in the store. They don't move.
I know, but a lot of people think that because they're sold out certain places, you know, sometimes maybe they just don't sell realistically that well.
Yeah, and they don't want to restock them.
Brothers sold out. Yeah. That game sold the fuck out. Like, I asked Walmart how many they got in. They got a decent amount. I can't remember it all, but I asked different Walmarts around. For all the Walmarts around me were sold out of that game. But I noticed when I go to Walmart, they got all the other Wii U games except Smash Brothers and except Bayonetta. But then you know, to me, could it be Bayonetta just maybe they didn't get that many sales? Because if you go to GameStop and usually when you pre-order a Wii U game, when I used to pre-order when they did have third party, last one I pre-ordered was Splinter Cell. Went to GameStop. The only copy they had was an open copy. Said it was new, which is not new. We know why they do all that bullshit. But I was like, do you have a closed copy at another GameStop store near you? And it was no. They didn't have any fucking Splinter Cells in the 3 GameStops in the local area besides that one that was open. So they just didn't carry it. You know, I could have said that game was sold out at the time, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you literally can't get the fucking controller for the Smash Brothers. It's sold out of the you can get the controller, but you can't get the connection for hook up the GameCube controller. That's going on eBay, I heard, for ridiculous amounts of money. Why is, you know, that's understandable. That's sold out. But Bayonetta, I don't know if it's sold out because stores don't carry it or what, you know. But this is my thing with Operation Platinum. Now, I could be totally wrong. This is just my theory. Why did they go after a game like Bayonetta, like you said, Krimpachi, that isn't third party? It's more second party. Why didn't they go after like the last third party game, even though it was released real late? Why didn't they show Ubisoft, hey, we're going to pick up Watch Dogs?
Because
why did they do an Operation Platinum with that?
Especially how well it turned out, dude. It looks. I got to say, and I'm sorry, Dave, but it looks. There's a lot more movement in the background than on the PlayStation 4 version, and there's a couple other things going on that I was really impressed that they did with. However, it's not the PlayStation 4's fault. They didn't work very hard on it. But they look the same.
Frame rate's horrible, though. I didn't see the frame rate test, and it couldn't, even though I'm with you, it did look good. I do admit that. But I'm not good at, like, spotting out shit and all that stuff, like, with frame rate.
Regardless, I mean, like, still, why didn't they pick that game up? It's a good game to hold up to the consoles.
Why didn't they just set their goals to that? Like, that's a third-party game. That's your last one, pretty much, from Ubisoft. Show Ubisoft that you want games. You know,
I mean, because they don't get it. Like, you know, talking to some of them, you know, when I say, you know, Operation Platinum is good at heart. Like, what you're trying to do is good, but you realize that that's not a third-party game, and they're like, they don't understand. So you have to explain them what a second-party game is, and they still don't understand. And, you know, and the way they're treating it, like, let's be honest, if Bayonetta 2 was multiplayer, they wouldn't be showing as much love to Bayonetta 2 as much. If it was on everything, they wouldn't be showing as much love to the game as they do now. You know, that's just what it is.
Season they'll put Bayonetta 2 in Smash Bros. And then it'll sell like hotcakes because she's in Smash Bros. now.
I mean, they could. I mean, one thing I don't understand, like Nintendo actually owns Wonderful 101. That's an IP they own. I didn't know why they didn't put Wonder Red or one of them in there. Maybe he's a trophy or something, but he's not a character.
Right.
All right. Well, I can agree with that. Another thing I want to talk more over that. Oh, well, what is your thoughts on it, League of Winning? And Guy Man Super's in here too. I just noticed that. How's it going, Guy Man Super?
I think Nintendo. Oh, I'm
right.
sorry. Who's going?
I just said what's up to him. You can go first. What is your thoughts on Operation Platinum? Do you think they should have had a different game plan for it? Maybe go after Watch Dogs or something something like that? Or what's your whole thoughts on Operation Platinum? And do you think it's a fail because they didn't sell 1 million?
I think in a way it is kind of sad because like all these Nintendo fans, I mean they are buying a game that's, it's the money came from Nintendo to make the game. So it's not like a real third-party game. Even though it's a mature game, it's not like, it was, they were going to get it regardless. Nintendo was going to put it out. It would have been nice if Watch Dogs came out for the Wii U at the same time as the other versions. And then Nintendo fans went out and bought Watch Dogs back in the spring. It seems now that Watch Dogs is so old. I mean, it's not old, but it's old. A lot of people, if they were interested in it, they may have picked it up for another console, and they already and they're not going to pick up the Wii U version now. So it's kind of just a bad thing all around. I don't know why Nintendo fans didn't buy a Wonderful 101 when, I mean, they should have bought 1 million copies. That should have sold 1 million copies, but it didn't.
Yep, I agree.
So, Nintendo fans are also their own worst enemies, I feel.
Yep, I agree on that. What, Guy Man Super, what is your thoughts on Operation Platinum? Do you think it was a fail because they didn't sell 1 million units for Bayonetta? And do you think it was a good thing?
Well, first off, I gotta say, hashtag Trey for Prez, because I gotta give it to him. Every time he makes a YouTube video, I write that in his comment section. We gotta get Trey for president of Nintendo. I mean, he really put in that work. But anyway.
Oh, man, I don't know about that. I gotta disagree with you on that. I think he's a moron, man. I think he's bad for the Nintendo gamers. I think he does not know what he's talking about. And I think the complete opposite, but that's just my opinion.
Oh yeah, but anyway, it was just for fun anyway. It wasn't meant to be taken seriously, but just all the politics that he does. Anyway, Operation Platinum for me. Wait, hold on a second. Sorry about that. Anyway, I think Operation Platinum had a, pretty good idea. It had a good start. It's just that I feel like once you really look at it, once you really
Are you there?
I think he had to do something.
All right, we'll come back to him. Old Dirty, what's your thoughts on Operation Platinum?
My whole thing, I mean, it was a good idea, just to show, developers like, hey, we do want mature games, and how much you say it sold? Like 200?
Like 340,000. I'm not 100% accurate on that.
340,000. I mean, that's not bad, And after the holidays and everything, Christmas is over with. You get the final count of the year. And it could be close to 1 million. You never know. I mean, because like I said, you got some good bundle deals out here, and people are snatching them bundles up, and snatching up games to go with it. So. It could be close to to 1 million, over, 500,000 by the end of the year.
Okay.
I thought it was pretty cool, what they was doing, You know what I'm saying? But
what about Watch Dogs? Do you agree that what's your like? Do you think maybe they should have aimed for buying a game like that, or was Bayonetta 2 the one to go for?
I was never hyped for Watch Dogs. Never played Watch Dogs. I just hear, you know, some people don't like it. Some people say it's okay. Some people say it's good. Now, I myself was actually wanted for the Wii U when it was announced that it was coming to the Wii U. So when they pushed it back, you know what I'm saying, I didn't even go and buy another version for like the PS3 or 360. I ain't even buy a copy for the PS4 when I got it. So it's like, I don't even want the game now. You know, shit, I had to wait 6-7 months just to get the game, and I wanted it on the Wii U because I wanted a totally different experience from the other two consoles. And I couldn't get it day one with them, so I don't even want to play it. Like, I'm good.
Okay. All right. All right. I think I asked everybody that question, right?
Okay, I'm back.
All right. You want to, finish what you were saying, Gunman Super?
Yeah, sorry about that. My brother came in the room and started yelling. Had to mute the mic. He was just screaming. But anyway, I think Operation Platinum was a good idea. I see where the whole purpose behind it. I just believe that, you know, with a logical standpoint, I think it should have been Watch Dogs. You know, since it is what the last mature game coming from a third-party publisher. I think it should have been Watch Dogs because, well, Bayonetta 2 is sort of a Nintendo exclusive. Like, it's not exclusive. It's just you can only get it on a Wii U. And I think that anyway. It wasn't a complete failure. It's just a lot more could have been done to, you know, make it better. That's all.
I found out this. I didn't never seen this article. There was a handful of Bayonetta 2 copies shipped in the the U.S. It pretty much says here in this article that only a handful of copies really came to consumers. So maybe that's why Bayonetta 2 sold out at places. That was from NeoGaf. So I don't know. It's an little bit of an older article, but I ran across. But I don't know. I wish the best for Operation Platinum. You know, I really do want the Wii U to succeed because I want to see it, you know, take off something. You know, it's getting there. I got some and Mario Kart 8, a few other games like Shovel Knight and Wind Waker, and it's fun to play now. I got stuff to play on. I have no problem with the Wii right now, but it does need to pick up momentum a little bit. You know, like I hope they keep this. You know, they got momentum going. I hope it keeps going. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, another thing I want to talk about. Ubisoft pretty much. I don't know all the facts on this because I'm hearing different things. So let's see if maybe some of you know about it. With the mistakes of what I'm gathering to, this is what I understand what is correct on this. With the failures of Assassin's Creed Unity, with the glitches and everything in it, I think it's Assassin's Creed Unity. The people that bought the season pass are now getting a free game, like Far Cry 4, Watch Dogs. Is that true? It's if you bought the season pass or the game day one. Who knows that?
If you bought the season pass, you get a free game.
Okay. Now, do you think the people that bought the game day one that didn't buy the season pass, don't you think they should get a free game too?
They should, but instead they give them like free DLC or some crap like that.
Yeah, that don't make any sense. But
yeah, like how you gonna play the DLC if the game broken? So now you're playing a broken DLC with a broken game.
Yeah.
Well, from what I have to give Ubisoft a little credit because they're still trying. You know, the Master Chief Collection got that really like from what I see, Assassin's Creed Unity don't look really that bad as everybody's saying this. I've watched gameplay and actually know people actually picked up the game that said there's not much wrong with it, like they're saying. Now the Master Chief Collection, on the other hand, is actually a fucking mess. And they're not even giving. I started with a thing that was funny. I saw Boogie2988. He's a bigger YouTuber. he pretty much did a video bashing this whole thing with Francis, and then he turned into Boogie and said, "Hey guys, everything's all right. I talked to 343 Studios, and Phil Spencer or whatever, and they're going to give you free DLC." Now, I don't think they should be giving people free DLC. They should be getting free fucking games for that catastrophe.
Wait a minute. Hold on, Dave. You say that 343 is giving them, the people that brought Halo Master Chief, free downloadable content, but I thought everything in the game was free. Like, you getting all the free maps. Like, what else can they give you free of?
I mean, alright, I said this before the game launched, because I was actually going to get an Xbox One and play that, right? And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, okay, you know, you got all the, they give you Halo 1, 2, 3, 4. They give you the multiplayer, but I'm like, where's the Halo 4 DLC maps? Where are the Halo 3 DLC maps? They're not here. They're going to sell it to me again. I mean, that's what they're probably going to do. Sell it to me again.
Yeah, that's bullshit. And then the X-Twats think they're getting a better deal with the Xbox One. I don't really understand how that's a better deal and not to mention the game isn't running full HD. I'm not a graphics whore, but it's 2014 now. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous, and it's an old game.
Yeah, I agree. But do you guys think this is right? You guys think this is right? Microsoft's giving them free DLC where they should probably be giving them a game for that catastrophe compared to Assassin's Creed Unity, what was wrong with that? I mean,
well, Halo actually, the way how broken that is, because I'm hearing people saying their console crashing multiple times with that. They should get straight up refund. You know?
Yeah, that's what I think. I think they should get their money back. Free game.
Get my money back. I mean, really, if anybody, even with Assassin's Creed, asks for their money back, should just get their money back because.
Oh, you can go to a store. I literally gone to stores before and said games were broken that weren't just because I didn't like it and got a full refund. You can do that. Walmart's one of them. They'll take back anything. It don't matter what the fuck it is. I see them take back a used toilet seat. No lie.
Talk about used toilet seat.
Yep, used. I was in there. It took back a used toilet seat. I was working at this service desk one time, filling in for somebody, and they brought up a fucking used toilet seat. They took it back, or we had it. The person next to me had to take it back. So they'll take back anything. I brought stuff back to GameStop. They'll take it back. A game like that broke, and there's no reason you should get a refund. But yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. Ubisoft actually is trying in a way. Like, you're seeing that they're fucking up, and they're not giving you bullshit. Far Cry 4, you know, or Watch Dogs or whatever else they released recently, pretty much.
Well, I think how we can actually, as gamers, how we can, you know, slow down these third parties with all these, you know, unfinished games coming out, broken, glitching, whatever you want to call it. What gamers need to do, we need to stop reserve games. Stop reserving these games. When we hear about the game like Batman or whatever, if you're excited for it, wait till the shit come out. Stop going to reserve these games because it's telling the developers they want this. And if we can't finish the game at a timely manner like we said we was going to do, then we're not going to delay it. We're just going to push it out. And then we're going to, you know, patch it later down the line. You know what I'm saying? So all this, back in the day, you never had so many games that you can just pre-order and get all this extra, or get an extra headband, get an extra gun, or rank up to level 20 and all this. Like, it was never like that back in the day. You heard about a game, you got excited for the game, like, man, I can't wait for the game to come out. Now, if developers need to push it back, they'll let us know. And we'll be disappointed, be like, oh, fuck, you know, they pushed the game back. But when the game came out, guess what? It was playable. You know what I'm saying? If it had online, it was playable. And it's like now everybody is running out to reserve these games, you know what I'm saying, like 5-6 months in advance. You basically giving the money to the developers. So they looking at it like, oh yeah, we got our money, and we said it was going to come out June 27. But here come June 27, and you know, we still got bugs and glitches, you know what I'm saying? But hey, they still want the game, so ship it out. And we're going to work on the patch. We're going to do a day one or maybe 2 weeks later if we get enough complaints. That's what us gamers need to stop doing, and stop reserving these games.
Yep.
Now, when we stop reserving these games, they
You there, old dirty?
look at our time.
Is he breaking up, or is it just me?
No, I think Skype's acting up. I mean, Google Hangouts acting up.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm back. I was getting a call. Well, I'm actually on my cell. I was getting a call.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but yeah, we need to stop, man, because it's just telling that they're reserving our game, 6 months in advance. Oh yeah, we got that money. That ain't GameStop money when we reserve that or pay it off. That money going straight to developers.
Yep, I agree. People, the problem with this generation, you got so many people upset about stuff. But if you keep on going out and pre-ordering games, keep going out and buying remasters, buying all this DLC, buying season passes with single-player games, what else are you going to get? You're going to get all this shit. The only way to stop it is with your wallets, and don't buy the shit, which I am guilty of doing because I buy remasters. I bitch about it too. I'm saying that's the only way it's going to stop. The only thing I look at remasters when I say remasters, if I've never played it, then it's all right. But it still ain't all right because we shouldn't be playing games. It's very fucking sad when you pretty much ask somebody what's your favorite game of this generation, and they say a game like Last of Us Remastered, which is my favorite game, one of my favorite games of all time. But there's no reason somebody should be telling you The Last of Us Remastered should be their favorite game of this generation when that was a last generation game. You know what I'm saying? There's something wrong with that sentence. But you got to stop. People don't want to stop, and that's why it's going to keep coming. You're going to get all this shit. You're going to get all these fucked up games, and it's what you deserve if you're going to keep going out and buying them. I've seen a lot of people bitch about Assassin's Creed Unity, but some of the people I've seen bitch about that game, I've seen do unboxings. I've seen play that game.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said. I said, you know what? That's exactly true. These people are bitching, and they went out and bought the game. I didn't buy the game. I'm not buying that game, especially on PC. Fuck that. It's destroyed.
Yep. I've seen people bitch about the Master Chief Collection. Get the game. This is a great one. The guy literally plays the game. And then in the next video, he was selling his Xbox to his brother, hated the game, but told us this great video about how great the game was when he first played it the first day. Now, if the game was so broken like everybody said the first day, why did he like it the first day? Was it just because he was being a fanboy about it, trying to get people to go out and buy a broken game? Like a lot of shit that's going on this generation with these people jumping on forums and acting like they're fans of other stuff and saying shit's garbage and it's not. Like, I've seen so much stuff go on this generation that I can't believe it's going on. But it was just funny to watch this guy praise this game for like 3 days, and then his next following video, the game was fucking trash, unplayable. That's another new word they all like to say. Everything's unplayable. And I just didn't get it. And I said, man, if I would have watched your first video, I would have went out, if I would have followed you and went by your first video, I would have went out and got a piece of shit too,
A lot of the times, Dave, they mean unplayable by today's standards. Like I said earlier, it's 2014. 1080p, 60 frames per second is what we were promised. What it's coming to. I mean, 1080p's been a thing for 10 years.
It's only been standard for 2, though.
I know, right? Okay, but it's the standard. Why is the standard not being met? There's a big problem there, especially on PC when you're supposed to be able to do that.
I can explain this. It's only a year out. Developers are still learning how to work around the new hardware. There you go. Easy solution.
It's not new hardware. It's x86 architecture. It's a computer.
That's only 10% of the PlayStation 4's power, 14% of the Xbox One's power.
30 years, I'm just saying. But okay, the Xbox One is weak, though, man. So
I understand. It's pretty much a 790.
I don't know. I just think that 1080p 60 frames per second should be met if it's dubbed the standard, and it's not.
I agree with both of you. I agree with Brandon on the standard, and I agree with Kono that these developers have to learn on these new systems because that's every generation. when a new system comes out, they gotta learn it. And we always have fucked up, like the games don't look all that great, and then as time goes on, you get games like The Last of Us and consoles that look great.
Look at what's coming out next year. They're not even using half the power of the consoles yet, and they're already coming out with photorealistic 1080p 60 FPS games like Metal Gear Solid 5, Phantom Pain, Project Cars, etc.
No? But when you see a game, it's kind of weird, like Brandon said. You see a game like Master Chief Collection that they can't get at 1080p, and it's how old?
Yeah, that's pathetic, because if they can't get Halo 2, which ran on an Xbox at 1080p, then the developer is just bad.
A lot of the time, I think that's the problem. That really is the problem. Like, you know what I mean? Nintendo doesn't seem to have a problem.
Developers making excuses, saying BS like, "Oh, the consoles are just weak," or "Oh, Sony, Microsoft totally bribed us." You know they're obvious lies. Because they didn't make these excuses when the PS3 launched.
I think the Wii U has that unlocked hidden potential, you know what I mean? Because it's one of those consoles that were designed to play games, like it's an older style console, like the PS3, Xbox 360.
Well, all consoles are designed to play games.
Right, but these new ones, like I said, they were bragging how it runs just like a PC. It's a PC. It codes like a PC. What do they have left to figure out?
I don't want to listen to idiots who's like, "Oh, it's just like a PC." No, it's not. A PC is inefficient.
Yes, it is. It's
for gaming.
x86. That's a PC. That's
x86
PC
is not PC. x86 is a chipset architecture, not chipset specifically, but chip architecture. It has no exclusivity to PCs running Windows. Yeah.
I don't know, man. That's just what they were saying from the beginning, that it's just like a PC. We've already got it all figured out, and they can't even get... Even Rich of Review Tech USA was saying the power was tapped.
Rich is an idiot, though.
Yeah, I know half the time. You know what? He really is. But he does link us to the articles that state the facts.
Yep.
Yeah, and all the articles he reads are bullshit.
Well,
I don't agree with that.
I've been hearing that these consoles are pretty much mid-grade PCs, and I don't believe they're maxed out like people are saying, but I believe they are like a PC. They got a GPU, a CPU, all the stuff that PCs have.
And PCs are like consoles. They're like each other. And if you're on a hardware standpoint, they've always been.
Look, in a logic standpoint, a damn calculator is a computer. They're all computers at the end of the day. But I do remember what Braden was talking about. They were saying, like, even recently, the developers of Far Cry 4 said that on PS4 it's running at ultra settings. No, it's not. Like, that's just a lie. It's no point of lying. If this console can't do whatever it is, and I understand people...
It can,
like, but even if it can or can't, that's not what it is doing now, so why say it is? You get my point? It's not doing that now with Far Cry 4. That game is running like at medium high. If I'm a developer, my best bet, this is how I run business, is not...
Be transparent.
Is to be very... for me... Honesty is the best policy. I wouldn't sit here and lie, just so you figure it out and get mad and maybe not support me later. I just tell you the truth. You support me, you don't.
Yeah, just say the truth. Say you don't know. We know you don't know, so say it. It's not hard.
Yeah, but with these consoles, okay, you take a PS4 and compare it to a console like the, let's go back to the N64. Those things, even though they're two different companies, is that even similar to that console, like at all, like how it was built or anything?
Or is it 64 used
consoles up until this generation. From the NES to the PlayStation 2, I would say, it was all CPU based. There was no dedicated GPU for consoles, ever.
Okay.
And so
now they're more like...
So it was 100% of the power of CPU. But 7th generation comes around, you suddenly have all three consoles having some discrete GPU. You have the PS3 with its decent card that takes up 40% of the power, and then you have the Xbox 360, which is an even 50-50 CPU being the other 50. Of course.
So you wouldn't say.
And then you have this generation, which is the majority of the power is in the GPU, which never is the same architecture twice. So, but we switched to x86, so that's a bonus.
Point is, Chrono, you wouldn't say these new consoles are like PCs at all?
In terms of what they're designed for, no, because PCs are designed for general computation. That's what they're designed for. Gaming on a PC isn't supposed to be as efficient.
It's supposed to be as efficient. It could be the most efficient, though, if you want it to be.
It could be if some game company decided to make a closed-off PC with specific hardware running Windows. That could be very efficient. But of course, no one will do it because there's no traffic.
I don't know. Have you ever seen PC graphics to console graphics and PC gameplay to console gameplay? I mean, it's better on PC. Is that what you're saying? Are you saying it's not better on PC? The games that are multi-plat with the consoles, you're saying they don't run better on the PC?
There comes.
Sorry, someone. Comparing graphics technically are always the same. It's the same polygon counts. It's the only difference is resolution and texture.
I'm not sure. Not if a game's fully developed. Like, okay, Far Cry 4 on PS3, or Far Cry 3 on PS3, or Crysis 3 on PS3 did not have as many polygons as the PC version.
That may be a rarity case. I may accept that if I can find some numbers, but I accept that there is some minority percentage that developers do change the polygon counts per version. I will always accept doubt. Benefit of the doubt, right?
All right. Well, I mean, both have great points.
But games like Metal Gear Solid 5, which have the same polygon counts between the PS3, PS4, and PC versions, along with Xbox versions.
Yeah, that's the devs' fault, though. I expect the hardware to be.
It's not going to
I expect them to
the new
make
hardware.
the game the best they can for what the system could do. Like,
Yeah.
the game should look better on PS4 because they're stronger for Xbox One, and it should be the same case with the PC. The PC should look better than the consoles because it's got the power. Dun, 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 dun.
I mean, it does. Have you
I
seen the
can't
screenshots between Metal Gear 5 on 4 on the PS4 and Metal Gear 5 on the PC? Like, there's a lot more detail and characters look more detailed.
Only on Ground Zeroes.
I mean,
Phantom Pain, it's going to be the same because, releasing at the same time.
I mean, I don't see why it would be the same. I mean, most of the time, not most of the time, every single time, they make a game off a computer and then they downscale it to put it on a console. So it should
Yeah,
look
that's what I'm
better.
trying to say as well. Exactly.
All right. Well, you guys have great points. Let's move on to the next subject real quick, and we'll get close to the end of the podcast. I have a question. What do you guys think? How long do you think this generation is going to go for? I want everybody's opinion. Do you think it's going to go as long as last generation, or are you agreeing with
I think it's going to break NES records. I think it's going to go past that 20-year mark that the NES did. Will we see the 9th generation in the next 10 years? Most likely, but I think that the 8th generation will last over 20 years in itself.
What do you think, Brandon?
I don't know. I have no idea. I do not know. If I had to do a hunch guess, I would say 6, maybe 7 years. I know. I'm not going to get agreed with here, but they're supposedly already tapping the potential of the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. That's what I've heard.
That's an obvious lie.
I don't think that's a lie. I think that's pretty close to being accurate, but I don't want to disagree. We can just keep going,
Well, the thing is, the reason I'm asking this, I hear now a lot. People are saying literally the Wii U's going to come out with a new one in 3 years. PlayStation's only going to be around for 6 years, the new PS4. I don't see that. With as long as last generation went on, I think it's going to at least go on as long as last generation went on. Or long.
We're getting to that age where we're getting diminishing returns no matter what we do. So, yeah.
I mean, like, how much better can graphics get? I think that's why a lot of people are so upset this generation, because it wasn't that big of a leap in graphics. And they
How
were
better can graphics get? They can get a lot better, but the thing is,
Yeah, they said that in the Xbox 360 when they were playing Oblivion for the first time, and they seen those, like they were saying, how much better can it get?
like graphics can get a lot better than what we see now, but the thing is that's going to cost more money and time. I mean, people are used to now when it comes to gaming. People are used to having their console for a long period of time, and it works out better for the companies because of Xbox and Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo. Nintendo may release a console before the rest of them, but I don't know how long that'll be. They're making money. You know what I'm saying? The Xbox 360 is still getting supported. It probably costs damn near nothing to make it. They're making money off that thing because people are still buying it. They're going to keep supporting as long as they have developers that will support that thing. They're going to support this Xbox One, the PS4. As long as it makes money, it don't cost that much to make the system, they'll keep making it as long as they want to.
What I honestly
That's my problem with
believe-
Ubisoft going to 900p and stuff like that, because I'm afraid by the end of the console's life, it's going to be like 720p, you know,
It's going to
30
be
frames per
1080p,
second.
60 FPS throughout the whole generation starting next year. Get over it. That's fact. You know.
Well, we'll see. Well, you don't have to get mad about it, bro. I'm just stating my
I'm
opinion,
not.
but
I'm
no,
just
that's not
stating
fact.
that.
all
That's
consoles,
not
Like-
fact. They can say whatever they want.
all consoles are going to do that now, or just the PS4?
PS4 will do it next year. I see the Xbox One doing it late next year, and definitely in 2016 till the end of the generation.
All right. Yeah, the reason I'm asking all this is because pretty much, every generation, too, the NES to the Super Nintendo, we saw that leap in graphics. The Super Nintendo, the N64, you saw somewhat of a leap. The N64 to the GameCube, you've seen a leap.
Everyone remember when launch games for the PS3 and Xbox 360 were 540p and 600p? I do.
I didn't pay attention to resolution last generation, though.
Yeah, no one really pay attention to that.
No, I just noticed that from the HD, that the HD factor, that made it look a lot better. But this generation, there's not much of a leap, people are saying, and I think that's why people are upset. They're saying, oh, these games all look the same. You can get that version on the PS3.
Well, games tend to,
Well,
between
then-
those two generations, they tend to look the same.
Well, then maybe Nintendo was right when they did their E3, when they said that the Wii U wasn't, far behind from the other two consoles. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we seeing it now. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we got some good looking games on the 1 and the 4, but are they really like big leaps from the 360 and the PS3?
I think certain
No,
games
not
are.
really.
Certain games are like almost night and day. I mean, like when people think these big leaps, like big leaps don't generally happen. Like from 2D to 3D, that's a big leap. But like all right, for example, what Kono was saying, I remember playing I'm big into Tony Hawk games. I remember playing American Wasteland on PS2, and then going to Target and playing the 360 demo. It looked better, it looked clearer, but to me, it wasn't a huge leap because it's the same exact game. You're probably mentally not going to feel it's a big leap because, me going from console gaming to building my own PC. At first, I didn't get it either. Running games on Ultra, it looks a lot better, but I didn't like, damn, this is really a leap because I played this game before. It just didn't look as good. But when I started playing games I never seen before on PC, and I never played them anywhere but here, I was like, oh, I see the leap. Like if you play the Order, you can't play the Order anywhere else, so you're gonna feel like this is a next gen leap probably when you play it. You've never played it anywhere else.
Yeah, but mainly, do you think this generation too, to go along with how long this generation's going to go? Do you think it's mainly people don't see a big leap? Like, is that what is bothering them? Because you don't get that factor that we got every other generation where we saw a leap, except like
With
Nintendo.
the advent of the internet being the most popular thing at what's current time for this generation, at beginning, finally figured out the words. Of course, people are going to be more vocal, so they're going to. So we're seeing more people saying there's no leap, there's no leap. Well, What about when we switched between the PS2 and PS3? We had Call of Duty 3 that was on both consoles. That wasn't a leap. That wasn't a giant leap.
That wasn't HD.
Yeah. Other than HD, which the PS3 version was 720p, it wasn't a big leap. And then we have from the PlayStation 1 to the PlayStation 2. Its first games, I mean, from GT2 to GT3, it wasn't the biggest leap. It was a good leap, but it wasn't like the biggest one.
It was noticeable.
Yeah, it was noticeable.
That was a big leap from GTA 3.
Obviously, there was a resolution difference because when we go from 240i to 480i, of course, there's going to be a big leap in that.
See, this generation, I played Call of Duty. I had Call of Duty Ghost for the PS3, and then I transferred it over to the PS4. I did not notice one difference in the game, barely. A little bit, it was clearer. It was more.
Yeah, developers don't make multiplats that much better on newer platforms, and of course, so
when it comes to like I said, when it comes to looking at the same exact game, you're probably not gonna notice that big of a leap. You know what I'm saying? Like when I went from, like I said, this is my first ever game in PC. I played GTA 4 on 360. I played GTA 4 on PlayStation 3. I get GTA 4 on my PC, and other than 60 frames, 1080p, I didn't notice that big of a leap either. Because it's really not. Because I mean, they're not going to make
for a decent leap that you can notice. GT6 and Forza 5 to Project Cars. If you've seen PC footage of Project Cars, that's a big leap. Will that be the PS4 version? No, the developers didn't take the time to learn the hardware. But that's still a decent leap, even with the PS4 version only using a minuscule amount.
Well, the reason I include this too into this conversation, the years of how long the console's going to be and all that, and the leap, is because a lot of people were saying, like we said earlier in the podcast, people were saying these consoles are already tapped out. Like, you know, how much longer can these consoles go if we're not seeing no big difference, and we're seeing, like, I mean, Assassin's Creed Black Flag was like the same version as my PS3 version. You got that?
I did the math long ago for them being tapped out, and it just doesn't add up. How do you get a missing 1.5 teraflops from a console? How does that suddenly go missing?
Okay.
That was my question, because I discovered Phantom Pain will maximum use 600 gigaflops compared to the PS3 300 gigaflops, because the only difference is being 1080p 60 frames per second and higher resolution textures, and that's it. Of course, LOD being similar.
It's extremely hard to run, so maybe there it is. I know the difference between 720p on my monitors and 1080p is loads different. It runs my graphics card a shitload harder to go from 720p to 1080. A ridiculous increase.
Honestly, if you guys want to see a leap, it won't look as clear. But if you want to see like leap in detail and stuff like that, lowering the resolution will help a lot. Because playing Dead Rising 3 on my PC, you know, I can run it. It's not optimized for 60 frames per second. The game isn't. So you can't really get it to 60 no matter what type of computer parts you have, even if you have 780s or whatever. And I remember everybody was saying it ran horribly on not 360, Xbox One. But I'm like, look at all these zombies on the screen, and the game doesn't load. I mean, it loads, but there's no loading screens for the most part, and it's seamless. All that AI, even though they're zombies, they actually do stuff. The zombies will be on screen. They might hit each other. They might go and like attack cars, which will blow up crap in the background. Like, that takes a lot of processing power, and the game does run better when you lower the resolution. I mean, so if you guys want more detail, more character models, more stuff like that, you may have to drop that resolution to get it, you know.
Mm-hmm. Well, I agree with you. That's the thing. It seems to be that there's more stuff going on in the screen, like they said in Assassin's Creed Unity. They're like, the graphics and all that, but there's a lot of shit going on screen at one time. like same thing with Dead Rising 3, what you just mentioned. But yeah, I just want to know everybody's opinion. Old Dirty, how long do you think these console generations are going to last? And do you think we're at its full potential? And like, you assume it's only going to last like 6 years, 10 years this generation? You there, Old Dirty?
Oh yeah, I'm back. I'm sorry. I just put my headset back on. Say that again, Dave.
This generation, how long do you think it's going to last till we go into the next one? And pretty much, are we tapped out in graphics and all that stuff? Like, do you see much of a leap in graphics? Like, your opinion on that too?
I see a small leap. Like, I don't see no big leap like everybody was hoping for when the consoles was announced. Like, everybody just knew that it was going to be some giant leap in graphics. How long these consoles going to be out? I don't know. I would say like Critical Access said, like it'd probably be like what, 7 years. I'm thinking maybe 7. And is the hardware already tapped out? I doubt it. I don't think it is. It's new hardware. They gotta learn it. So I mean, graphics going to get, the game's going to look better, in due time over the course of however long these consoles stay out. So, I don't think it's pushing the limits.
All right.
If it is, then that's messed up because we just paid $400-500 for no leap at all.
If the consoles are tapped out, then I'm worried that they both lied about what the hardware is. Are they using a quad-core CPU? Or are they using an GTX 550 Ti instead of what they're currently using? Or like,
Is the hardware not mobile? Isn't it like laptop hardware?
No,
laptop, mobile CPUs.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
The CPU in the PS4 and Xbox One, they're on Newegg right now. You can get them. Well, half of them are on Newegg, 4 cores, but they are 15 watts rated each, so 30 watts total with the CPUs on them.
That's mobile, I believe.
Those are mobile CPUs.
No, it's not. The CPUs on Newegg are 25 watts, and that's desktop. So,
I mean, though, I don't think the wattage has anything to do with the fact.
It has nothing to do with performance. Especially game performance.
I mean, I just remember them saying it was a CPU inside those.
I'll get you.
Yeah, it's like a laptop hardware for people that don't know what that means. It's like laptop hardware.
Except it's not available in laptops.
All right.
The strength of it is the laptop strength.
No.
Did everybody, Guyman Super, what's your thoughts on it?
Oh, my mic's on. Okay. Ignore the background noise anyway. I think this generation is going to go on for 4 years. Hold on.
Okay, I found it. AMD Athlon 5150. It's pretty much 2 of those combined. And that's the PS4 and Xbox One CPU. And then, of course, the GPU is a...
It says it's a microprocessor, therefore being a laptop processor. Microarchitecture.
Oh, god damn it. Microprocessor is every CPU in existence.
Not Intel i5. The top brand Intel i7 is not a mobile
Microprocessor is another term for CPU.
In the 90s, I thought we're beyond that now.
It's
There's 2 sets. There's a chipset. It's a mobile chipset. like mobile laptop chipset. It's just been stated so much. I don't know how you don't understand that.
Oh my god.
No, it's alright. Well, save this for the end of the podcast. You guys can argue about it. I think we got everybody. League of Winning. Can you talk about this? How long you think the console generation is going to go? I don't think League of Winning is there. Alright, moving to the next thing, we're going to talk about the PlayStation Experience. Pretty much you got that rolling around. Are you guys going to watch it, Brandon?
Say that again. Sorry, my mic was off.
The PlayStation Experience, are you going to check that out? Are you into that show?
Ruby, my girlfriend, you guys, everybody, she's on the Critical Hit 64 network that I run. She's interested in getting a PS4, so I've been looking at the game library, and I've been trying to check it out, because we got a nice TV in the other room that we don't really use for anything but retro gaming and the PS3. So we're thinking about getting a PlayStation 4 here within the next couple months, probably. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm definitely thinking about that.
Well, you got it, the PlayStation Experience. You got Uncharted 4. They're going to
Isn't it only 2 days? Wait a minute, is it 2-day thing?
It's going to be a 2-day thing.
Well, hopefully they do it again. I'll check it out if they do it again. I'm not going to be able to get a PS4 for a couple months.
Yeah, December 6th and 7th, 2014 in Las Vegas, Nevada. And they're pretty much going to show us more on Uncharted, the Iteration 6. They're going to show us the expansion of Destiny, the Dark Below, which I do want to talk about Destiny before this podcast is over, so I'm going to give my opinions about something, if I don't forget. Bloodborne they're going to show, the Until Dawn, Mortal Kombat X, No Man's Sky, that everybody's all hyped for, Battlefield Hardline, Batman Arkham Knight, The Witness, Tearaway Unfolded, and Side 2, and more. So, I'm sure they got some surprises. What some of the games you guys think that they're going to surprise us with from Patrick?
What'd you say? Am I gonna watch it?
For the PlayStation Experience, what games you think they're going to surprise us with?
Honestly, I don't know what they're gonna show. Like, they might show some Uncharted.
Yeah, that's guaranteed.
But I mean, honestly, I'm gonna watch it, but I don't have any type of expectations, So it could wow me, it could not.
Well, that was the show that they all announced. That's where they announced the PlayStation 4. I believe was it 2 years back? Or was it last year? It was last year, right? The year before that, they announced the PlayStation 4. That's what was big there. This time, there supposedly some people are saying maybe a God of War 4. I don't know. Only time will tell. They'll probably show off the Uncharted collection series that they're remastering, stuff like that. What do you think, Old Dirty? Are you looking forward to this, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. Just to see what Sony's gonna be bringing to the table. In PS4, just the overall technology of what they're gonna be doing. So yeah, I'll be watching it.
They're gonna show some more about the Project Morpheus. Pretty much, it'll be interesting. I mean, it's definitely gonna be.
Hey Dave, how are you?
Oh, how's it going, man?
I'm doing okay. Just trolled the living hell out of Mr. Red Fox's podcast.
Well, that's good. I like that. I don't like Mr. Red Fox.
What's up, boy? I'm doing good.
I used to troll Mr. Red Fox, but he blocked me and found me. So. But yeah, since you joined us, what's your channel, man? I forgot.
Video Game Over 58.
All right, what's your thoughts on are you looking forward to the PlayStation Experience, and what do you think they're going to show off at PlayStation Experience? Are you even into PlayStation? I think you like Nintendo, right?
Not right now with the PS4. I mean, I just play PS1, PS2 right now, but okay. I don't really know about the PlayStation Experience.
Well, it's pretty much a show where they show off. It's like almost like wouldn't go as far as saying E3, but they definitely show some game announcements. It's like one of them shows like the Tokyo Game Show, something like that.
Oh, so they're showing new games.
Yeah, they're going to show new games. They're going to show off pretty much Uncharted 4, The Order. We're going to learn more about Destiny's expansion, Bloodborne, Until Dawn, games like that.
And No Man's
Okay,
Sky.
More to it. I just hope Sony doesn't botch it badly. But yeah, okay. I'll look forward to it, I guess. Yeah.
They're also showing No Man's Sky.
Oh, okay. We'll close that.
What's going on, boys?
Are you looking forward to the PlayStation experience?
Big time.
All right, the Sony guy in here. What do you think they're gonna show besides what we know? Like, do you think we're gonna see a God of War 4 or something?
I have no idea, guys. Couldn't tell you.
You don't have any predictions or any anticipations of anything?
I don't know.
I haven't really looked into it that much. It's gonna be what it is. We'll soon find out.
Well, that's where they revealed the PlayStation and all that stuff. So, I mean, they definitely show off some good shit. I know there's a prediction of something that they're supposed to show, but I can't remember the game that everybody's anticipating there. I don't know off the top of my head, but they're definitely going to show Uncharted and all them games and Destiny and all that.
Those Japanese RPGs that were revealed from Tokyo Game Show, maybe they might show those again. Don't know, though.
Hey, for all we know, it could be The Last of Us 2.
That would be great. I mean, we saw a little bit back. We saw an image of Ellie that she was older. They released that a while back, so hopefully that will happen. That'd be great.
Maybe the return of Crash Bandicoot. Probably not.
That was a prediction for E3 that was going to happen, but it didn't. Maybe it might. At least, yeah, that could be it, you know. But I'm looking forward to it. Like, you know, I like all these shows that they show off stuff, and you got the video game awards coming up, but this one's pretty good. I do like the PlayStation thing that they do. I want to ask everybody a question. Pretty much I want to talk about Destiny. Which I got in a big argument with somebody last night on PS4 party chat over Destiny. What do you think, in your honest opinion? Now, we all know Destiny was pretty much the game that was supposed to be the big one of this year. Like, that was what it was built up to be. What do you think why it didn't do so good? Why did it fail? What are your opinions? Like, what was the thing that made that game just pretty much not be what people wanted it to be? Like, was it too overhyped? Was no
Destiny was definitely overhyped, possibly even rushed, because if you remember the trailers and the things they show, and they were supposed to have this campaign, playing that game it has basically no story.
Okay, I'm not cutting you off. Somebody last night, one of my subscribers' buddies, told me that nobody was looking forward to the story and that they were all about the PvP.
I don't know what. I mean, he probably felt that way, but I don't know. Most people were disappointed that it didn't have a story, you know. So I don't know.
And I was one of them. I was very pissed off from what I seen at E3. You know, they talked about the campaign and everything, and they demonstrated the game with the two guys up there on stage. And I was never hyped for the game. You know, I always thought, like, why is everybody hyped for this game? You know, it looked almost like Halo, but I still want to play the game to experience the campaign. And you basically, you know, fooled me. Made me go out and buy the game, and there's no story, but it's just a bunch of online, you know, gameplay, which is fine. But I want the story.
Do you remember the trailer when he said, "You decide your destiny"? They let on as though you were actually making decisions, and then you get into the game and they say, "I could tell you of a story."
Right, and Bungie, I mean, that's what I was pissed off. You know, Bungie led it to where, you know, there's going to be this epic story, you know what I'm saying, to experience, and, you know, with the online, which is fine, but you straight lied, you know what I'm saying, and now I got to buy DLC just to get another part of a, you know what I'm saying, 20-minute, you know, story, which they try to explain in 20 minutes. Like, I'm looking at my TV like, did I just beat this game in one sitting damn near? I'm like, this don't make sense. I'm like, nah, I know I just didn't beat the game. Yeah, I did. I beat the game. That was my destiny. You know what I'm saying? To buy a $60 game with no story.
Well, this guy told me that Destiny was not comparable to Halo. He's like, people say that, but it's not. He told me that Destiny, pretty much nobody was looking forward to a story. They all knew it was PvP. We had a big argument last night. I just wanted to ask people's opinion of why they thought.
I mean, I can break down why that game is 100% Halo. I mean, first off, the armor pieces resemble Halo heavily. The way the characters move, the enemies move, it's like they took Halo, watered it down, very like just it's the bare bones. It's almost like the bare bones code of Halo. Didn't balance it out because it's no like they say the multiplayer. Each assault rifle has the same amount of damage, but what they don't, so people will say it's balanced because each assault rifle, shotgun does the same damage. But the thing you forget is my assault rifle shoots 30 times faster than yours, and it's a random gun that I just got by actually sucking ass at the multiplayer. So it's not like you can get my gun at whim. You have to randomly get it. So yeah, we do the same damage, but I'm putting out more bullets than you, and my magazine's bigger than yours, and you're screwed. The game is imbalanced. It plays like Halo, it has animations like Halo. If they had the rights to Halo, they would have just called this Halo universe or whatever and call it a day. Yeah.
Now, would you pretty much, what was some of the other stuff you was talking about? Okay. I told him about Destiny 2. They're working on a Destiny 2. That is a rumor. The whole 10-year franchise thing of this thing, you know, he said maybe it wasn't 10 years, maybe they meant, I forgot what he said about that, something different than 10 years. I don't know. But, oh no, he says it wasn't meant to be a 10-year game, it was meant to be maybe a 10-year franchise. I don't know. All right, well, you know, different, you know, series and all, you know, make different games or whatever. I could be wrong on that. That's, I think, what he said. But he did say this for a fact. Do you think Destiny 2, if they do make a second Destiny, that it will replace Call of Duty? This is a game that they're working on to replace Call of Duty and, like, take over the crown of first-person shooters?
I don't think. I mean, they could do that if they wanted to, but honestly, Activision probably would just want both checks. You know what I'm saying? So they probably want to get rid of both.
Potential to do that.
Does it have the? I don't think personally it has the potential to do that and how good the game is, but money-wise and bringing in money, if Destiny continues to sell how Destiny sells and generate money, and Call of Duty is on the quote-unquote decline, then yeah, possibly it'll do that. But me, as you know, as good the game is, I don't think it even lives up to Call of Duty.
Yeah, do you think it could take over? He says because Sledgehammer has something to do with it. They're planning on taking the, you know, whole gameplay and everything to Destiny and making the second one and pretty much turning it into Call of Duty, but making a better version of Call of Duty.
Call of Duty in space.
So I wanted to throw that out there and get some people's opinions on it.
What they said is it's a 10-year contract with Activision, so that's basically a 10-year franchise. So yeah, they'll just start releasing them every year.
Okay. Yeah, that's get it on the money. Other than that, I think that is it, pretty much. Unless somebody else got something to say, I'm done today.
Pretty good too.
All right, I appreciate everybody joining. Thank you, Brandon, from A Critical Hit.
Thank you for having me, bud.
All right, anytime.
Make sure you guys check out the Critical Hit 64 live network featuring Days HadeNuFF 187 on the channel. It's the featured video on A Critical Hit 64. So that's all I have to say.
All right, thank you. Stay for after the podcast. I got to ask you something. All right, Old Dirty, thank you for joining.
No problem, Dave. Anytime, man.
As always, thank you, League of Winning. Thank you, League of Winning's here. He's still here, but I don't hear him. Thank you, Video Game Lover.
Thank you. No problem.
All right. Thank you, Wolflow, for joining me at the end, as always.
Hey, I'm glad to be here, and stop the bullshit and check me out.
All right. Thank you, Guyman Super, for joining. All right. All right. Thank you, Kono, as always.
No problem.
I appreciate you joining, and that's it.